Hello, everyone, and welcome back to English with Wolfizzle. Today, Sarah and I are tackling the big one, the if clause type 3.
That's right, Professor. We've covered real future possibilities in type 1, imaginary present situations in type 2, and today we are looking back into the past.
Exactly. We use the third conditional to talk about impossible past situations, things that did not happen, and how the past would have been different.
And the formula is a bit longer this time. The if clause uses the past perfect, had plus third form, and the main clause uses would have plus third form, past participle.
Perfect summary, Sarah. For example, if I had studied, I would have passed the exam. But in reality, I didn't study and I didn't pass.
Got it. Unchangeable past regrets or imagined scenarios. Are we going to do our famous ultimate conditional chain reaction again, Professor?
Oh, absolutely. To master this, Sarah and I are going to speak only in type 3 conditionals for the rest of this conversation. Are you ready, Sarah?
If you had started, I would have followed.
If we had set our alarm clocks earlier this morning, we would have arrived at the studio on time.
If we had arrived on time, we would have finished our morning coffee while it was still hot.
If we had drunk hot coffee, we would have felt completely energized for our recording session.
If we had felt completely energized, we would have recorded 3 whole lessons before lunch.
If we had recorded 3 lessons before lunch, we would have decided to eat at that fancy Italian restaurant down the street.
If we had eaten at that Italian restaurant, I would have ordered the double portion lasagna.
If you had ordered the double portion lasagna, the chef would have run out of pasta ingredients for the rest of the day.
If the chef had run out of ingredients, he would have closed the restaurant early out of pure frustration.
If he had closed the restaurant early, a famous food critic would have left a terrible review on Google.
If the critic had left a terrible review, the Italian restaurant would have lost all its business by next week.
If they had lost all their business, the owner would have put the building up for sale at a ridiculously low price.
If the owner had put the building up for sale, we would have bought it using our channel savings.
If we had bought the building, we would have turned the ground floor into the official English with Wolfizzle HQ.
If we had created our official HQ there, we would have invited hundreds of our subscribers to the grand opening.
If we had invited hundreds of subscribers, my sweet old grandmother would have baked 50 apple pies for the event.
If your grandmother had baked 50 apple pies, the mouth-watering smell would have attracted all the neighborhood dogs.
If all the neighborhood dogs had gathered outside, they would have started a massive barking concert in the street.
If they had started a barking concert, a talent scout would have recorded them and offered them a record deal.
If the dogs had received a record deal, their debut album would have won a Grammy Award for Best Rock Band.
If they had won a Grammy Award, the dogs would have hired us as their personal tour managers.
If they had hired us as tour managers, we would have flown with them on a world tour to Japan, Australia, and Brazil.
If we had traveled to Japan, I would have learned how to speak fluent Japanese in just 2 weeks.
If you had learned fluent Japanese, you would have translated all of our English lessons into Japanese.
If I had translated our lessons, we would have become the #1 education channel in Tokyo.
If we had become the #1 channel in Tokyo, a tech billionaire would have invested $10 million in our school.
If he had invested $10 million, we would have built a futuristic virtual reality classroom.
If we had built a virtual reality classroom, our students would have traveled back in time inside their headsets to study history.
If they had traveled back in time, they would have chatted with William Shakespeare about English grammar.
If they had chatted with Shakespeare, Shakespeare would have asked them how to form the third conditional.
If Shakespeare had asked them for help, our students would have explained it using our YouTube video.
If they had shown him our YouTube video, Shakespeare would have mentioned Professor Wolfizzle in his famous plays.
If he had mentioned you in his plays, English literature professors would have analyzed your quotes for centuries.
If literature professors had analyzed my quotes, they would have built a golden statue of me in London.
If they had built a golden statue of you, pigeons would have built a nest on your shoulder during the summer.
If pigeons had built a nest on my shoulder, I would have looked like an ancient pirate captain.
If you had looked like a pirate captain, a Hollywood director would have cast you as the lead in a new blockbuster movie.
If the director had cast me in a movie, I would have insisted on taking you with me as my co-star, Sarah.
If I had been your co-star, I would have worn a gorgeous red carpet dress to the world premiere.
If you had worn a gorgeous dress, red carpet reporters would have asked you about your favorite English teacher.
If reporters had asked me, I would have told the whole world to subscribe to English with Wolfizzle.
If you had told the whole world, billions of people would have subscribed on the very same night.
If billions of people had subscribed, the YouTube servers would have crashed from the overwhelming traffic.
If the servers had crashed, the engineers would have panicked and called the president for advice.
If they had called the president would have declared a national holiday called Wolfizzle Day.
If the president had declared Wolfizzle Day, people all over the world would have celebrated by studying grammar under the stars.
If everyone had studied grammar under the stars, world peace would have been achieved instantaneously.
If world peace had been achieved, historians would have called our video the most important upload in internet history.
If historians had written that about us, our viewers would have smashed the like button with massive smiles on their faces.
If our viewers had smashed the like button, we would have celebrated by making an even crazier video next week.
If you had subscribed to English with Wizzle earlier, you would have mastered all 3 conditionals a long time ago.
But if you subscribe right now, you would have made the absolute best decision of your entire day.
Bye, everyone. See you in the next lesson.